Hello, my name is Andrzej Radziewicz from South Coast View. This video is about the former Credenhill Court Polish Hostel for Polish veterans. The hostel was located in Credenhill, a picturesque village near Hereford, West Midlands in the UK. The hostel was run by the charity the Relief Society for Poles and closed in 1987. That year, Credenhill Court Rest Home opened on the same premises as a private care home, and that's the photograph you can see in front of you now. Under an agreement reached between the Polish charity and the new owners, the remaining Polish veterans would receive continued care. A little bit of background here. The Polish Resettlement Act of 1947 came about because most Polish war veterans in the UK refused to be returned to Poland. These soldiers had fought for their freedom and ours in Poland, the UK, and in many other countries involved in World War II. These soldiers knew that in Poland, under the communist regime, at best they would be denied equal opportunities, and at worst they would suffer persecution, detention, and possibly death at the hands of the post-war communist regime. To address this situation, the UK government was forced to create the first piece of mass immigration law that would accommodate the wish of the Polish soldiers to stay in the UK. The result of this legislation was the Polish Resettlement Act of 1947, which in turn led to the formation of the post-war Polish community in the UK. The first Polish resettlement camps in the UK were formed in 1946. By the end of October that year, approximately 120,000 soldiers and dependents were accommodated in 265 camps throughout the UK. It is estimated that by the end of 1949, around 150,000 Polish soldiers and their dependents had settled in the UK. Over the coming years, this number would rise to nearly 250,000 as more dependents and descendants arrived to the UK. The residents lived in the Polish hostel because they would have had difficulty living independent lives in the community. That was due to what today would be recognized as post-traumatic stress disorder and in some cases a lack of English language skills. In 1983, a TV crew from Central Television visited the Polish hostel and interviewed my father, who was the manager there, and Mr. Michael Byrne, who was a volunteer who tirelessly gave his time to the Polish hostel and residents. The footage from the film gives you a sense of daily life at Credenhill Court. The film is archived at the Media Archive for Central England. The film is copyrighted, so I am unable to play it to you in this video. I'll leave a link to the film in the video description below. I visited Credenhill Court on many occasions, as in the early to mid-1980s, my late father, as mentioned before, was manager at the hostel. This photo shows one of the residents called Antoś on the left. To the right is my father. They are standing at the roadside entrance to the hostel. This is a photo of my parents standing at the doorway to the hostel. My father, who was himself a World War II veteran, was very proud of the assistance he was able to offer the residents. He was also indebted to volunteers from the local community for their invaluable work in making life better for the residents. This is a photograph of my late father, Alexander Radziewicz. He is receiving a donation from RAF Hereford for individual Christmas parcels for the residents. The photograph is dated December 1984 and is from my family collection. I would very much like to name all the people in the photograph. The volunteers and residents pictured are an important part of the history of Credenhill Court. If you have further information, or if you would like to comment generally on this video, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. If you would like to contact me privately, I'll leave a link in the description. In 2015, my wife and I visited Credenhill Court Rest Home. We were grateful to the management of the care home, who very kindly let us visit the home. We were equally grateful to the care home staff, who showed us around. We met a Polish resident of the home who arrived long after the Relief Society for Poles transferred management to the new owners. It was fascinating to hear firsthand what life was like in the home during later times. The resident told us he was very happy living in the care home. Afterwards, we visited St. Mary's Church and the churchyard where some of the veterans now rest. The church is adjacent to Credenhill Court. Here are a couple of photographs of St. Mary's Church, outside and inside. The photographs are from Wikimedia by Philip Pankhurst, attribution share alike. These are some of the photos of Polish volunteers' graves at St. Mary's Churchyard. This photo shows the grave of Antoś. I showed you a photo of Antoś and my father earlier. My wife took the photographs during our visit. This video is dedicated to the memory of the Polish veterans who lived at Credenhill Court, and to all the staff and volunteers who cared for them throughout the many years this hostel was in operation. I have many posts related to Poland on my website South Coast View, which you can see here. Please check the description below for links related to this video. If you like this video, do give me a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.